Glastonbury Festival. The greatest festival in the world and the largest greenfield music and performing arts festival in the world. A template for all the festivals that have come after it. Hundreds of thousands from all walks of life come together once a year to listen to some of the greatest artists the planet has to offer. A 5-day stretch of the best experiences. No two people's festival experience is the same, but this is our Glastonbury 2023 experience. Some truly unbelievable memories. Here's what went down. First ever attempt at a festival vlog as well, so let me know what you think. So Glasto kicks off on the Wednesday every year, with the gates opening early that morning. It's Tuesday night and prep work underway, last minute decanting and packing. We decided to hire out a camper van. It sets you back an extra 150 quid. Though you don't need to trawl all your belongings from the car park to the campsite, and you get a decent bed to sleep on, and you know everything's locked up when you're out for the day. 3-hour drive from North London to Pilton, home of Glasto. The drive there was an absolute breeze, didn't hit any traffic, and we set off about 11 AM. Past Stonehenge on the way. We knew we were getting closer as the farms ramped up. Anyway, 3 hours later, the first Glastonbury sign spotted. The official capacity is 210,000 people, more than 2 Wembley stadiums, and that includes thousands of staff. There were tons of stewards at every turn to help you out. Big shout out to all the staff volunteering. Anyway, we arrived at our spot and we swiftly began setting up. The forecast is unreal for the next 5 days. Literally no rain and loads of sun. So the gazebo went straight up before we even cracked open a beer. First toilet trip of the festival. The cleanest of these are going to look all festival. You get portaloos, a few food stalls, and you get running water at the camper van site, so it's worth it in our view. All set up and a 15-minute walk from the camper van site to the festival.
Hello.
Showed the ticket and it was time to get the wristband on.
Yeah, we do a few chefs and then you get to just go out and take for a bit. Yeah.
You're not holding any more back.
Not too tight. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I got you, sir. There you go. Enjoy Glasto.
It was only Wednesday afternoon, but the crazy thing about Glasto is everywhere you turn there's something going on, even before the music starts. The big stages don't even start playing until Friday, so we had a couple of days exploring ahead. So there's loads going on at the Greenpeace field. Bars, music, there's a couple of food stalls, rock climbing and the slide. We were waiting for mates, so I had a quick go down the slide. Caught up with mates and then we went for a wander deeper and found somewhere for lunch and grabbed some churros as well. It's hard to put into context the sheer size of Glasto if you haven't been. So this is the famous pyramid stage, roughly 120k capacity, and zoomed out, here's the whole festival. It's impossible to see everything there, there's loads of walking required if you do want to see as much as possible like us. Not for the faint-hearted. I average 25,000 steps a day. That said, equally, if you're happy having a chill one, there's endless places to relax, more on that later. One great spot to relax is the park, which has a hill that overlooks the whole festival. We had a sit down near the Ribbon Tower, which is in the background. We got a few drinks down us and then pressed on further up. Jaw-dropping view from the top, and it puts the scale of the festival into perspective. It looks like a whole city. Easily a good hour or so from one side to the other without walking traffic. Even Paul McCartney couldn't resist heading up for the view. A year before he'd headlined the Pyramid, and this year it was Arctic Monkeys, Guns N' Roses and Elton John. However, there's over 100 stages, which is absolutely ridiculous. So much good music on and guaranteed to be lots to your taste. To the point that there's unavoidable clashes and you're left choosing which one to see. So our group is Mikey, Ash, Ronnie and me in the camper vans, and then Charlie, Rory and others camping. 10:30 PM rolls around and the opening ceremony done at the Stone Circle and fireworks after. Time to go for a wander again after spending a decent amount of time at the park. You can't ignore the photo op at the Ribbon Tower at night. Not gonna lie, I'm shattered, so it's time to stroll back to the van and get some rest. Another big 4 days ahead. As always, so much going on to keep you entertained on the walk back. To prevent people breaking in, you have to show your ticket before getting into the camper van site, and you get given a pass out. Day 2. Slept like a rock. I read a tip online to stock up on Greggs before coming, so I spent 20 quid on pastries for the gang. Chicken bake for brekkie. Time to freshen up while waiting for the others to wake up. Ronnie and Mikey have emerged. Jaeger bombs and Greggs for breakfast. Many people come on the Thursday or even Friday, so there were still thousands heading down alongside us with all their camping equipment. The downside is if you do arrive late, you likely get a worse spot. The attention to detail at Glasto is crazy. Even the bins aren't just bins. All 17,000 bins are hand painted, which apparently is a tradition that's continued since the 80s. We passed by the pyramid, still setting up for tomorrow when the music starts there. Approximately 120k capacity, probably going to be well over that for Elton John in a few days. Met up with 2 friends, Julie and Hannah, who had flown all the way in from Australia for Glasto. We went to the healing fields first. It's absolutely class here. Complete change of pace and atmosphere to the rest of the festival. There's psychics, massage therapists, tarot readers, yoga sessions and all sorts going on. It's a mental festival. It's overbearing at times, so I recommend the healing fields for a change of pace. One criticism I would have, not just of the healing fields but overall, was lack of shade. It's roasting, 27 degrees and tough to find any shelter. Julie found a place that did umbrellas, which was a godsend. Went to their tent to chill for an hour. The other criticism I'd have is how busy some areas were. We tried to catch examples set at the Glade and it was completely packed to the point that stewards closed it off and we weren't able to reach the gang inside, though they did say it was way too busy in there anyway. Generally not a problem, but some areas were a bit overcrowded. Hung out at the tent for a bit and then headed back out for some food. Honestly, even if it was just a food festival, it'd be a great time. There's an overwhelming amount of choice and it doesn't take long to find something you want. We passed through San Remo, which is always a good crack. I'm not sure what's going on here though. Time to go back to base to get changed before heading out. Ash, the voice of reason, convinced us to stay in and save ourselves. Mikey was smashed anyway and he put jeans on over his denim shorts. Ronnie waited till everyone was asleep and he snuck back out. Without fail, the last man back in every night. Right, day 3, huge day ahead. The Pyramid, the other stage, West Holt's, Woodsies, Park and many other stages open up today. First up is the Hives on the other stage. Incredible performance, crowd interaction on point.
Ladies! Gentlemen! We're having such a great time in England, we might fucking stay. This is fucking empty. I'm not gonna take it.
They were hilarious between songs, they were grabbing people's drinks, phones and all sorts.
All right, that tasted real English.
Anyway, 2 p.m, time for lunch. The southeast corner, or the naughty corner, is a famous part of Glasto. You can go in the day, but it's generally where you go at night after the headliners are finished. Shangri, The Common, Unfair Ground, Block 9 and loads more venues to party at. Craig Charles was doing a DJ set. I had to look him up, that is the commentator for BBC. The Avalon Inn, arguably the best boozer in the festival, live music inside, an upstairs area with a view, and of course next to the Avalon stage where we caught Jamie Webster as well.
We dance. You can just dance. Yes, let him go. Look at him go. Oh yeah. No more fear. There's no fear here. Be yourself. Live it out. Live it out.
You're a child crawling on your knees toward home. Hey. You make your mama so proud. Your voice was so...
And now you'll see, if you go through the cards, there'll be one card face down.
Okay. It's too slowly.
Oh no, it's not in the deck. Sometimes it's face down, but it's not in the deck. But look under your watch.
Oh my God, no.
What?
No way.
So I've got a list of different items of clothing, and you'll see in a minute. So it's completely random. What's your name again? Sarah. So what we'll do is you're going to give me a number between 1 and 100. And in a minute, you'll see a list of 100 items, and your number, that will be the item. So you don't even know what you're going to choose.
Yeah.
So it's not the usual thing. And I've got the colours of the items, so it's nice and specific. So what number do you want?
13.
Can you open my notes app, please? Okay. So go to items of clothing with colours. So you've got 13, and we'll just see if this works. What was the item of clothing?
Silver ring.
Silver ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Earlier I said I was going to try and do a thing with a card and your name on it, and I said, oh, it might appear in this bag. So we're going to try this. Can you just take your bag off? You got? Oh, cool. So is there something?
Is that yours, John?
Okay, so the last
More wondering, the pyramid, the park and then Glastonbury on Sea Pier. Really cool concept, lots of attractions, and there's a telescope at the end with a good view of the pyramid and then the other stage. Exactly where we're headed now. Chvrches on at the other stage. Chvrches were unbelievable, one of my festival highlights. One of the great things about Glasto is you can take your own booze in, though by evening you've probably rinsed it all. It was a stacked evening ahead, Fred again up next. I have no doubt in my mind Fred again will be on the pyramid one day. Arctic Monkeys up next to close off the pyramid stage for the day. I'm not a massive fan of their newer stuff, but they absolutely rocked the pyramid and they played their classics still.
Been wondering if your heart's still open, and if so, I wanna know what time it should simmer down and put the road. I'm sorry to interrupt, it's just I'm constantly on the cusp. I tend to kiss you.
Passed by the infamous long drop toilets en route to Arcadia. You can smell these from a mile off. Essentially a hole in the ground, no toilet seat, no toilet roll. A very late night, a big Saturday awaited, headed back in the early hours. Carl Henge returns to Glasto, so we swung by to check it out, an idea that apparently originated at the 1987 festival. 24 vintage cars in the centre of the festival to emulate Stonehenge. Not too much on early today that caught my eye. Ronnie wanted to check out Generation Sex with Billy Idol from Sex Pistols. They were really good actually. One of my festival favourites up next though, Lewis Capaldi. He cancelled weeks of shows in the lead up to Glasto for health reasons. It was so funny, and despite struggling, he smashed it still.
I probably won't be wearing a t-shirt by the end of this, am I right, guys? I'm horny, I'm joking.
There must be something in the water, 'cause every day it's getting colder.
The red arrows flew overhead at one point. Lewis's response was, "I thought we were absolutely fucked there for a second." His voice had given up by the final song, but the crowd sang it for him. What was he thinking here?
Glastonbury, thank you so much.
Watched Lizzo for a bit after, and then I walked to the Lonely Hearts Club for Ben Bohmer. My biggest takeaway here is don't be afraid to go to a set alone. I was desperate to see Ben Bohmer before Lana Del Rey, while the rest were at Guns N' Roses. Another festival highlight for me. As the sun set behind us, he smashed it. So Ben Bohmer was great, Lana Del Rey not so much. She was 30 minutes late. Her excuse was that her hair takes ages. Staying true to her lyrics, I guess. Late is better than never. Her opening couple of songs, me and my mate didn't know either, so we sacked her off and went to the park stage for Fatboy Slim. Bullet dodged as they cut her off after 5 or so songs, and she was escorted off the stage, unable to finish. Met up with the group at the Arcadia Spider, danced for a bit, and then time to head to the southeast corner to keep the party going.
Guys, have we all had an amazing weekend though? Got one last day tomorrow.
Absolutely mint here at night, but the sun was coming up, which was a sign to head home. Ronnie headed to the Stone Circle, which was a popular spot people gathered to watch the sunrise.
Before they fall into the lion's mouth down there. This cannon moves. It goes up and down. Yeah, look at that power there. Ooh, that was a good shot. A little bit higher. Remember, you're aiming for the babies.
Where's that?
Ready to
Alright,
go.
right here.
Bit higher.
Day 5, the final day. 100 kilometers walked by this point. Legs absolutely dying by this point. Taking it easy as Elton John awaits tonight. Blondie and then Lil Nas X on before.
I'll stop drinking.
He completely blew it out of the park, once in a lifetime experience. Can't put into words how good it was. His first ever Glasto, his last ever UK show. Came across a quote at Glasto from Nick Goodman, which is actually so true. It's funny, this country's in a terrible state, the last decade's been appalling for all sorts of reasons, but somehow Britain always shows its best side of arts and music. Brings people together, and we need more of that. Glasto well and truly defeated me, but we had the time of our lives. We hope to be back every year and hope to make more vlogs. Thanks for watching.